today I'm facing myself publicly. So this is my accountability report. So I typically have accountability sessions on a weekly basis. I've actually had accountability sessions pretty much every Sunday for around 2.5 years with my guy Lee. So we've been going in. And for me, accountability really was a catalyst for change, really internal change, and a way that I can essentially improve my self image. And naturally, this is a day that we also hit 40 days, just over 40 days on SEMA retention. So only right to almost follow the journey. So I'll be doing these accountability reports or sessions once a week. So I'll be doing them on a Sunday. I'll be showing my progress, my activities, how I track everything, and how I keep myself and my mind on point and just focus on what's important as well as the direction I'm going in as well. Because it can get, I would say for me anyway, it can get busy, especially when you know you can do so much. Sometimes you need a way to calibrate your mind almost and almost tell yourself no, but it's best to use data. It's not really good just to vibe and what doesn't feel right, or sometimes it's good just to use data and then from there you're able to make the right decisions to move forward. So I use a tool that we developed called Wimpact, and how I would do it is initially I'll go through my 12-week goals. So I'll go through my 12-week goals, then I'll go and show you how my week was as well. So I'll show feedback, I'll show what went well, what could have been improved, and a key takeaway this week as well. So yeah, man, let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. So these are my 12-week goals. So the first goal is I've achieved burnout level 2 or less. That's very important for me. Typically, when you are, you're looking to perform at a high level, burnout is definitely something that can just ruin your whole campaign. To be honest with you, so the first one is burnout level. The second one is my relationship health level 2 or less, where 210 is really good, especially after getting married. It's something that I need to keep in mind really, especially locking in and doing what I need to do. I can't really neglect things from a personal perspective. I need to remain focused and make sure that my woman is taken care of. Next one is body fat, so 30% body fat or less. That one was a bit of a dodgy one, but we'll get into that. Next one is around completing studying and implementing 3 books. So that's based off the idea of consistently learning, consistently pushing myself and doing exactly what I need to do. Next one is YouTube. So I wasn't really consistent on YouTube, and this is the framework that will keep me more accountable to you guys and even to myself. Next one is around maintaining 90% plus weekly content execution. So am I planning out what I'm meant to be doing, and then am I doing it at the right pace? The next one is around coaches. So we've developed this tool, Wimpact, and we know that it can really benefit coaches and their students, just around how they hold their clients to account, etc. So it's more about getting coaches to understand what we do and develop the relationship. The next one is full cash flow report. So I'll go into where that really came from a bit later, but it's important just to make sure from a business perspective and then personally, I treat myself like a business. So I need to know where really every single penny is going, and naturally once you master the pennies, the pounds take care of themselves. Next one is just this one here. So creating 5 core standard operating procedures. So that's standard operating procedures are just the repeatable activity, the repeatable processes that are used in the business, and it's just really making sure they're all documented and clearly stated. And then the final one is completing my 1, 3, 5, and 10-year vision. So it's always important to know where you're going and keep that top of mind. So is there anything else that I need to learn? Is there anything else I need to do to enable me to get to that goal? So those are my 12 weeks. If we move over to the scoreboard, cool, I think there's a slight lag. But yeah, if you move over to my scoreboard, so I've done decent. 81% of my of what I said I would do was done this week. It was an improvement from 73% last week, so I'm happy about that. We're moving in the right direction. 9 day streak as well, which is always good. So let's get into it. So, achieving burnout level 2 or less, I've got certain activities that I need to do. So I need to take my day of rest for Sabbath, absolutely. I need to meditate, pray twice a day when I wake up and then when I sleep. Semen retention, that goes without saying. Reading, journaling at least once a day, just to really clear out my mind and capture anything that I've realized throughout the day as well that can help me move towards my goals. Reading a scroll 3 times per day, so I'm reading the book, The Master Salesman, The Master Salesman, along the lines of that, or The Best Salesman in the World, actually. And part of that book is around reading the 3 scrolls per day, so that's that activity. And then sleep. Like, sleep is so important. I can't even stress. That's probably, especially someone that goes gym, that's on goal. I need to make sure I get my 7 hours sleep. So this week was good. I had my day of Sabbath yesterday. Typically, I went to the gym, I went to the spa, and I meditated and prayed pretty much every day as well. Semen retention was good. So 7 times 5 is 35 plus a few days. So I'm 40 days retaining at the moment, and one of the things that I've learned so far retaining for the 40 days was that even being in that loop, that cycle of lust, is typically from a place of anxiety. Along this like 40-day span, the times when I really be tempted is when I felt a little bit anxious and a little bit fearful, and it's just about I need to escape from the situation, and I would just tend to, you know, break the break the attention. It's as simple as that. But I felt good, and I felt that my self-image definitely is in a positive space where when I say your self-image, it's more about, okay, cool, what do I say I'm gonna do, and then what do I do, and as long as they're aligned and it's what I intend to do consciously, then I can trust myself, and it really strengthens the self-image, which is good. Journaling at least once a day, which was all good. Reading the scroll, so I read the scroll every day. The only day I didn't read it 3 times a day was on Wednesday. Wednesday I was pretty tired, I was fatigued, and that impacted my sleeping. I would say it was due to, I was feeling a little bit anxious. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was feeling a little bit anxious and I couldn't really sleep properly, but that anxiety was there for no reason. It genuinely was just in my mind, and based off good communication and moving with love, you can just solve any issue really. So I woke up the next morning, I read my scrolls, and I just handled what I had to handle, and I was perfectly fine after that. So it really shows that your thoughts can really impact your day if you really don't have it under control and calibrate it in the way that is advantageous for you. So it's interesting. My burnout level is 2, so it's good. Last week it was at 3, so it's kind of edging towards like feeling burnt out, but we're back on the right track, so it's good. So this one was a new one. I spoke to the wife last week, and she actually asked me, are you going to be held to account in terms of our quality time? And I'll be honest with you, this is a new goal that I put this week. That's why there's no previous data that's been captured. But we spent some good time this week. Some quality time, just speaking about plans, speaking about how we can support each other. And especially, I'm on this journey myself. It's definitely, I would say it is a blessing to have a wife that understands you, that you understand them, and you literally are supporting each other and pouring into each other. So we're in a good space. Next one was gym. Now, gym was a bit of a weird one. I should really flip this on. I actually thought I was sharing my So this was the initial activities I was covering off. So the day of rest, of Sabbath, meditation, semen retention, journaling, reading the scroll, stuff like that. So apologies, and this is the relationship one. So we're in a better place. Gym was a weird one because gym. I went to the gym 4 times this week. So this was on my iPad. Um, these were my workouts. So I done my thing. I was active in the gym this week. Full body workout. Done a 5k run and everything. So 5k in a decent time. I done it around 4 minutes 49 seconds. Um, it's getting back into the right direction. I've done it a bit faster than that. And I didn't really eat refined sugar as well. But how was my body percentage? Let me flip the camera. How was my body percentage 15.6? Nah, it's not making sense. When I looked at the piece of paper, so when I looked at this, yeah, I was like, how is it 15.6? Like, hey, nah. I don't know how it's 15.6. Now I put in work this week, but I spoke to the personal trainer, and she didn't really understand as well. But I think I'm gonna chill my cardio though, because even looking at the data, my skeletal muscle mass has gone down a bit as well, from 40.3 to 39.4. So probably a bit too much cardio, doing a bit too much. So I'm just gonna ease it down, and then next week we'll touch base to see if it's gone down from 15.6. But I don't understand, my guy. I swear, it's it's cool though, man. It's cool. Next one was studying and implementation of what I'm learning. So yeah, I spent 6 days reading, which was good. Currently reading The Millionaire Next Door. Um, and what was really powerful, I would say, that stuck out this week was that most people that haven't accumulated the amount of wealth that they should realistically is because they don't exercise that financial discipline. And it was saying that people typically physically work out 3 to 4 times as much as they do their financial workouts, etc. And that really resonated with me because I work out regularly, and I don't check all of the statements, the balances as much as I work out. So it's about calibrating my mind to say, okay, cool, there's a lot more I should be doing, and that I will be doing. So that was a blessing. The previous books I read was Story Brand 2.0, which is a really good book, as well as Why Stories Stick. So it's more about telling that story and um, getting the listener to really understand and resonate. YouTube, so I've done 2 videos last week. I'll be probably increasing that to 3 videos this week, including this one as well. So again, just the consistency to build up over time. So I'm not really fussed, more about getting in front of it, doing what I need to do, being real and cracking on with it. So I'm all good from that. Coaches, so we had a good conversation with a few coaches. We'll be working with more coaches coming up, so watch that space. But essentially, the coaches are going to be using our Wimpact to, one, either use our technology to hold their clients account. So the coaches will be holding their clients accountable. Or the second option is that if you're a coach and you have a program and you don't have the bandwidth to make sure that everybody completes the program into completion, we can offer that full end-to-end accountability to make sure that your students finish what they do. You will be able to collect the outcome and then ultimately increase your value in the marketplace as well. So there's a few things we're working on in the background with that. Cash flow report, so this was based off the Millionaire Next Door, which is all good. Reviewed all of my expenses, slightly over budget with food, at 26 quid. And I know why. When I'm tired, so how I said I was tired earlier in the week, I tend to snack on protein bars. That kind of edged the budget a bit over where it should have been, but overall, it's more about the habit, just to make sure all the pennies are in the right place, which is good. Last two, which was 5 core SOPs, so standard operating procedures. That's just more for Wimpact, and it's making sure our systems are in a good space. So that's all good from that perspective. I keep on forgetting to flip the camera, man. The 20, yeah. So I'll get used to this. Apologies. I'll get used to this. I want to do it where the whole screen, is you can see the whole screen. I don't really want to have a talking face, but let me know if that's easier for you to understand what's happening as well. And then the last one is that 1, 3, 5, 10 year vision. So I've done some vision journaling earlier this week, and it's just about who am I? Like, who is Hakeem? You know, what do I stand for? You know, I'm really big on like men's discipline, especially beating lust. I'm really big on like discipline and accountability and how that can transform your self-image. I'm really big on creativity. So it's more about who am I? How can I really give my essence to you and to the rest of the world authentically? So I think I've been able to get the right balance, but now it's just on me to just put in the work and be consistent. So yeah, that's interesting. But that is my week. I've got some tactics here to essentially transition this from 81 to 100%. So we'll see if we can get there. I'm confident though. I'll put in the work. You know what I mean? I'll put in the work. I'll stay focused and do what I need to do to get there. And then typically at the end of our accountability sessions, I almost review the self-identity. So, you know, I am a highly energized and vibrational vessel. I am respectful of my temple. I'm constantly learning. I'm aligned and connected to myself and my environment. I'm a global brand. I'm a master orator, a leader to my wife, a pillar of my family, a sonic distributor of ideas. So that's just a fancy way to say about my music. I'm a, I'm a leader of myself, a master of money, a master salesman, and I'm giving my essence to the world. Yeah, man. And I'm looking at those self-images, and I would say I was living it this week. I would say I was living it this week. I would say I can lean a bit more into pillowing my family. Sometimes when you're really working non-stop, it's hard to maintain the balance, but I think it's again making sure that there's systems in place, so I'm always connected to my family, um, and I can learn from them, and they can learn from me. So there's, you know, I can't really take that for granted. Nothing's forever, so that's something that I need to really put in place. But yeah, man, that was my accountability. What did I call it? Yeah, so that was my accountability report. Again, I'm facing myself publicly. This is like, it just is what it is. This is what I'm doing. It's going to be a journey. I'm going to talk a bit more about the backstory on how I got here. Probably a video later this week. But for now, that's where we are. What percentage do we get again? We got 81%. Yeah. So for now, we're in a good space. Let's get it above 90% this week. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on doing what we need to do. Let me know what habit you'll commit to this week, and then we'll touch base next week. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, how I can improve, I'm always looking to iterate. Feel free to write a comment down below. And if you think more people need to see content like this, and you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, show love, and we'll always keep it moving. But for now, it's all love, and we'll catch up soon. Love.